do want to click this. So, if you're watching this on YouTube, hit that like and sub button. It means a lot. If you want to follow my Twitch, it's in the description of the video.
You must never put your life on the line for me.
Mother has always had a fascination for Lord Mortimer, but has never wanted to tell me why.
We are doing our utmost to find your mother as quickly as possible.
Without your mother, hundreds of men of the cloth would have gone to the guillotine.
All I can tell you is I'm looking for my sister.
Do you believe your mother capable of torturing a child?
An agreement for cannons. Lord Mortimer assured me that you are to take over the project on behalf of your mother.
Johann Christoph von Wollner, Minister of Religious Affairs, and Jacques Peroux, French Revolutionary Tribunal Judge.
Just remembered something.
You'll find that Lord Mortimer is not what one would call conventional.
Amazing how I just remembered it.
I do apologize.
I'll do it later. I'll do it later when the stream is over, and then we'll just combine it. Collection of Lord Mortimer. What would that do, though? Okay. I didn't know I could equip 2 of them anyway, but yeah.
At last we meet, Monsieur de Richet. Do you mind if I call you Louis?
Please do.
Thank you. I wish to apologize wholeheartedly, Louis. I made you cross the seas, and I wasn't even here to welcome you. When I asked you to join us here, it was, of course, in the hope that you would help us find your mother. However, there may be some new developments, but I don't know if they are linked to your mother. We have found Elizabeth Adams' body in her room. I'm afraid she was brutally murdered, stabbed several times.
I can't believe it. We bumped into each other last night on our way to bed.
Yes, I know.
You know?
Duchess Hillsborough informed us that she accompanied you at the beginning of the evening. You apparently bumped into Miss Adams, who wanted to speak to you. We are told you turned her away, and she went away on her own.
That's correct.
Do you know what she wanted to see you about, by any chance?
Not really, because okay, if we went with her, wouldn't we have a higher chance of dying? Because preferably she said that she doesn't, or she said they, so there's more than one that attacked her.
She seemed upset about something. I thought she was under the influence of alcohol, but we didn't really speak.
Pity. The poor child was probably trying to find help.
I thought it could wait until tomorrow.
Apparently not. Louis, I shan't hide the fact that this tragedy puts me in a very delicate situation. I cannot risk upsetting the smooth operation of our next conference. But the case cannot remain unaddressed.
I understand. What do you intend to do?
I must reassure my guests, and justice will be done. And for that to happen, I must ask for your help.
I get a feeling that you're the one.
You spoke together, I believe.
I don't know.
She trusted you. Listen, Louis. Find out who could have committed this murder. I refuse to believe that one of my guests is the murderer. I want to know who is responsible.
Well, we have an idea, but I don't know if he actually did.
You have my backing. You must stop at nothing. Can I count on you?
Of course.
We have a suspect already.
How would you like me to proceed?
Maybe you could start by going to the scene of the crime. Elizabeth was attacked in her room.
Do you have any suspects in mind, my lord?
I spent most of the night talking with Sir Gregory and His Eminence Piaggi. So I think you can remove them from the list of suspects. Monsieur Bonaparte and President Washington left the party after midnight, I believe. They were tired and went up to bed.
Can you tell me anything else about what happened?
Now, Louis, I wouldn't want to influence you. Get over there
Well,
and form your own
influencing me on everything and just keeping an open mind is the best way to
Right.
get a suspect
I'll get over there immediately.
as quick as
Thank you,
possible.
Louis.
Like, I have an idea
Once you're
who it
finished,
is,
Come back
but
and let me know
at the
your
same time,
findings.
there's a chance that it's
I'll
not
be
even them in the first place. But I'm
And
keeping
Louis,
an open mind, and I'm
You've
not.
got permission to search through the
I mean,
guests' room.
I guess I'm kind of,
They've all been notified.
leaning on the fact that it's probably is this person. But then again, I don't even know if I can trust Lord I don't even know how to say his name.
The nightmare painted by Fuseli in 1781.
I'm just making sure I get all the manuscripts and shit. Shit. I don't think there's anything else in here, but then again, I don't even know. Oh, I see that.
A devil's thorn, to be used to uncover the best disguised traits.
Your Eminence, I imagine that you've heard the news about Miss Adams.
What a tragedy, my son. How could such a thing have happened?
That's exactly what I'm trying to find out. Did you notice anything out of the ordinary last night?
I saw the young French soldier, Bonaparte, I believe, hanging around near Miss Adams' room.
I don't
but
believe
I
the young
would
one
not
did
want
it.
to get an innocent man into trouble, Louis. It's
But then again, I don't know.
Not to worry, Your Eminence. If he is innocent, then he has nothing to fear. Do you know why Monsieur Bonaparte was hanging around her room like that?
Well, I wouldn't be surprised to learn that the dashing young soldier had become infatuated with a fragile young woman.
I would be surprised, I'm gonna be honest with
But I don't think he got a very warm welcome.
Bonaparte and
that
Adams?
female.
But they didn't even know each other, did they?
I couldn't say, Louis. But if I were you, my son, I would talk to Monsieur Perrault. You remember how violently he set upon Miss Adams.
Yes.
Oh, don't worry. He's on the list of suspects.
That's the one I'm leaning towards. Now we have 2 suspects. Is it just sitting down? No, but
Dante's Purgatory. Why does your mind presume to flight when you're still like the imperfect grub, the worm before it's attained its final form?
I wish she was a little louder. Like, the voice acting just seems so quiet sometimes. Oh wait, you gotta actually click X, there we go. It's just weird. Where are we? I don't even know. This is upstairs. Looks like it. Excuse me. I'm trying to keep my eyes open. So,
Sir Jacques Perrault?
let's search. We know it wasn't Elizabeth. But that's about it. It's the one I mean, I guess it wasn't the other 2 people either. But we don't even know that for sure, actually. Because they all could be lying to us, you know? What if, like, Lord Mortimer is the killer or whatever?
What do you want from me, de Richet?
Greetings. It's fallen to me
Cut
that...
the crap! Get to the point. We both know why you're here.
And have you got anything to tell me?
What does it matter? It's too late anyway. Do what you have to do and get out.
Okay.
It's never too late, sir. If you have something to say, now is the time.
You don't understand. Everything's already written.
What?
It's over.
Why is he behaving like the perfect culprit? What is it that's already written? I'm not sure I follow you.
No, you don't.
Hold up.
A pattern with 4 circles.
Why can't I ever find keys for this?
The Massacre of the Innocents, but by Van Harlem. A drachma. The Massacre of the Innocents by Rubens. A bit gloomy. Guess my room is not that bad. Records of the police. Notes intended for the police lieutenant of Paris. It's a list of people under surveillance in Paris. And there's some well-known names on it. This is valuable information. This shouldn't be lying around.
Dear friend, please come and join us. We must meet.
I feel like those conversations are boring, but I wish you could like pick it up and the readings would still go off. Okay, let's open that box since we got the key for it though.
A pattern with 4 circles.
4 circles. He's right there. Why would he? I mean, we are looking through shit.
Dear Monsieur Peru, I'm writing to thank you for the funds you sent. These funds will be crucial for the renovation of the Western
Nothing
Wing of the
about
orphanage.
what happened though.
I have no space left. I'll retrieve it later.
Dear Monsieur Peru,
I have no space left. I'll retrieve it later.
All right. Have you finished?
Not quite. I'd like you to answer a few questions.
I don't think that would work.
I'd like to talk about the letter you're writing. What woman is it addressed to?
Who says it's a woman? I'm not saying any more. There's no point you insisting. All right. Have you finished?
Yeah.
Not quite. I'd like
well,
you to
sort
answer
of,
a few
yeah.
questions.
Okay, so we can't talk about the letter, I guess.
Let's get right to it. Are you Elizabeth Adams' murderer?
That is for you to prove, if I'm not mistaken, boy.
Yeah, but some
You
people.
weren't expecting me to
I wasn't
do all the legwork for you,
expecting.
were you?
I wasn't expecting him to straight up answer it.
2 days ago, I surprised you having a go at Miss Adams. What happened? Did you want to give her another beating? She wouldn't let you push her around again, huh?
Shut up, you little shit! You have no idea what happened, and here you are, carping away. You think you're Investigator of the Year. Have you taken a look at yourself, de Richet?
Didn't you get enough beating her black and blue the last time?
I did not!
Why?
Nothing. Get away from me.
Just as soon as you stop treating me like I'm an idiot.
If you wanted
Okay,
people
if
to
we
think
use
you
the
were
focus
guilty,
thing, it
You
would
couldn't have
work.
done any better. So cut the bullshit and come clean now.
I can't! He'll come for revenge.
Who?
No one! Just shut your trap, goddammit! Yes, I was there. Yes, I walked in her blood. You've got all you need to wrap it up. Now scram!
Okay, so it wasn't him. It's basically what we just came out of. But it's a guy.
Monsieur Napoleon Bonaparte.
Question is, which guy? It could be Lord Mortimer or whatever the fuck. Thing is, if he was with everybody else, what if they committed it too? Power in numbers. You know? And he was talking about revenge, but we don't even know why Elizabeth is really here. Do we? But then again, why was George Washington wanting to go in a room? Just strange is all.
The Prince by Machiavelli. A perfect read for anyone with a surfeit of ambition. That might come in handy. Hannibal crossing the Alps. Another military success.
Why do I get nothing but visions of the Battle of Alexander at Issus, or how Alexander the Great triumphed over King Darius? Yet another one with delusions of grandeur.
Carmelite water. They say that if you drink this, it gives you a real boost. My dearest son.
Excuse me.
French actor Talma is...
Collected 4 amber fragments. Your maximum efforts points is increased by 1.
A fragment of amber.
Vercingetorix throws down his arm at the feet of Julius Caesar by Royer.
There's just one holster in Bonaparte's gear, and the pistol is missing. On the other hand, his cleaning equipment is in mint condition.
Weird.
That's typical of the soldier in him.
But he has his pistols gone, you just said. So confused. We don't even know what happened to Elizabeth fully. You know, sometimes I just feel like the proof and shit is gonna be out there. Like on the porch. And really obvious.
It's a beautiful weapon. Levi Damask blade. A bicorn decorated with a cockade. It must belong to a French soldier.
Monsieur de Richet, please be quick. We are both very busy.
Someone saw you not far from the victim's room. Can you tell me what you were doing exactly, please?
I can tell you that someone is an idiot. I wanted to warn her to be careful. You see, on the night of my arrival, I saw someone leaving her room in haste, and I wanted to speak to her, to warn her. Unfortunately, the young lady slipped through my fingers each time. Now I know why. She had every reason to be worried. What an idiot I was not to insist. I could have helped her.
Hold up. Okay.
I've been studying him for a while now, and I don't think he was lying. Yet, I'm surprised how easy it was for me to read him. It must surely be his military side. I wish they all could be like that. My investigation would be finished already. Did you hear about young Elizabeth?
Indeed, it is deeply regrettable.
Lord Mortimer asked me to...
I know. You no doubt want to know my alibi. I spent the night downstairs playing cards.
Who with?
Can you tell me who was present at the game, please?
Well, there were Lord Mortimer, President Washington, and
Lord Mortimer said he wasn't there.
Thank you.
Ah, and His Eminence Piaget as well. Excuse me, I nearly forgot him. Poor soul.
Did any of you leave during the game?
Not that I know of, monsieur. I didn't exactly spend my time noting the other guests' comings and goings, but I don't think so.
Thank you.
Did you notice anything unusual during the evening?
Nothing at all.
Something
except the luck of the devil of Lord Mortimer and Sir Gregory at cards.
Trying to move around.
Did they win much?
Oh la la, monsieur, they
this.
cleaned us out more like. But I plan on getting it all back before we leave.
Until what time?
What time did the game end?
I can't say exactly. As for me, I must have stayed until midnight. I was exhausted, couldn't think straight. So I preferred to go up to bed.
On your way up to bed, did you notice anything out of the ordinary?
No, not in the least. The whole manor was sound asleep.
Not really. No.
Well, have we finished, monsieur?
I don't believe you're the killer anyway.
Thanks again for all your answers.
Still a possibility, but we didn't really get anywhere with that conversation. So, most likely, you are not the killer. That's a sound conclusion of your story, I guess. Okay. Who is this?
Duchess Emily Hillsborough.
I know it wasn't her, but we're gonna head in here anyway.
Tending children at the orphanage in Harlem. King George III in coronation robes. Nice touch for the room of an English duchess. Grammar of Port-Royal. Ah, the artistry of the French language.
I think I need to learn that.
All its splendor. Whoever masters French commands the world. At least une partie of it.
Dear E, I received your last letter. Unfortunately.
Weird.
The Lady's Waldegrave by Reynolds. Painted upon the request of the Waldegrave family, in an effort to find them a husband.
She could know who the killer is, even if she wasn't the killer, though.
Drachma.
Or maybe somebody searched her room while she was in mine. It's a possibility, too.
Two coils circle the lock. Queen Charlotte. A letter from William Pitt the Elder, addressed to Emily.
We know she's not the killer.
This letter dates from the Devil's Thorn, to be used to uncover the best disguised traits.
Trying to conversate.
What can I do for you, Louis?
I've come to see you about last night's tragedy. Did you hear anything about what happened to Elizabeth?
Yes, we all did. Rumors spread quickly, you know. How awful. I didn't know her well, but I hope at least the poor thing didn't suffer too much.
We haven't even been to her room and investigated that.
Death came quickly. You can be assured of that.
If such a senseless act can happen here, then none of us is truly safe anyway.
Well, I didn't know I could still use
Lord
those. I thought I
Mortimer
would
must be
have to use the
mortified that one of
agility
his
points,
guests
but it
could have
gave me
committed
one for
such an
doing
act.
that.
Don't you think?
Which is weird.
He is indeed very upset about it. It's only natural after such a violent murder.
Violent? What do you mean?
Elizabeth was stabbed 9 times.
Oh my God, Louis. How awful. The murderer must have had a serious grudge against her to set upon her like that. It must have been a crime of passion. Do you know what happened exactly?
In fact, Lord Mortimer has asked me to look into this case, Emily.
Really? Are you Lord Mortimer's snoop now?
I'm doing it for Elizabeth, not to please Mortimer.
Good for you. Quite right, too. Have you found out anything?
I hear you were in discussions with the Holy See.
Oh, either His Eminence can't keep
Thanks for
his
the 20
tongue
bits.
from wagging,
Brian.
or you've been poking your nose
What
where
you
you
up to?
shouldn't, sir.
Even so, Emily, you're raising a royalist army. That's no small matter.
And you are straying from the subject. Is there anything else you wanted to ask me?
Did you and Elizabeth get to know each other?
I must admit, Louis, I didn't take much interest in her. I feel a bit guilty about it,
I
but
wouldn't
I
either,
never
to be
actually
honest.
spoke to her. She seemed burdened by her problems, and as she wasn't invited to the conference, I didn't really seek her out.
Why wasn't she invited? Shin shit, man. What about you? I don't even know. Times where I feel okay, sometimes I feel great, and then other times, you know, not so much.
I won't keep you, Emily. Thank you for answering my questions.
See you, Louis.
Okay, I wanted to keep their relationship up, because I don't want to use something that could be detrimental, and there's a case to be made. Even though she's not the killer, we know that. She does not know who killed the person. But she was with us most of the night. Fair enough. Yeah. Can't go in the Dukes. wait, I didn't even see this.
Huh, that's me.
That's me. Oh, I can't even go in my own room right now. Feels bad.
Monseigneur, His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi.
Can't go in his. We haven't spoke to everybody, have we? Huh. Who is this?
President George Washington.
Definitely need to speak to him. I don't know who the killer is. Yeah. I like recently started talking to this girl and I'm like low-key really happy and shit, and it's weird, you know, because it's just not expected. And then
Golden Elixir, map of Vermont.
I don't know if things are going well or what, you know, just kind of like unaware of things.
A map of Connecticut.
My dear George,
It looks like a note between Emily and Washington about trade deals.
Come on. Politics. Make sure I didn't miss anything though in this room before we moved to this room, but we didn't, so. See that? Can't unlock it because we need keys or we need lockpicks or whatever.
George Washington.
Let's get those 2 effort points. Okay. Is there, what was the, yeah. Do we have any? No, we don't. Can only do it at the end of quests, I'm guessing.
Greetings, Louis.
I don't know if
Mr.
George
President.
Washington killed her.
You can guess why I'm here.
Of course.
Lord Mortimer has sent me to ask you a few questions about last
He's
night.
part of a different group, I think. I don't know.
How am I going to tell Elizabeth's father that she's dead?
I know, Mr. President. I shall endeavor to find out the truth about this tragedy. I must ask you to help me, though. Please.
Find the degenerate pig who did this, Louis.
Wait. What? Has he spoken to her?
Tell me, Mr. President, had you spoken to Elizabeth since your arrival? You know her father. You thought she was dead.
No, I didn't. And I believe I'll be taking my remorse with me to my grave. I wanted to, but I didn't know where to begin.
You can't blame yourself. You couldn't have known that her days
He
were
trashed her place, though.
I'm talking to all the guests to find out who has an alibi and, well, who doesn't, Mr. President. Can you tell me what you were doing last night so that I can strike your name off the list?
I spent the night right here, reading.
All night?
Exactly. Emily stopped by in the middle of the night, you can ask her. She wanted to talk about some business we have in common.
Anything whatsoever to do with Elizabeth?
Not at all, Louis. A business matter.
Are you alright, Mr. President? Are you feeling alright?
Oh, don't worry. It's this rotten toothache. What do you expect? I'm no spring chicken now.
Okay, okay.
Do you know if she had any enemies, Mr. President?
Not that I know of. I heard about her altercation with Mr. Perry, but that case was closed if I'm not mistaken. But if in doubt, I wouldn't leave any door unopened.
I know he wasn't a
I'd go
killer,
and
but he knows
question
who
your fellow
killed him.
countrymen.
Or killed her.
Don't worry. Countryman or not, I'm not letting anybody slip through the cracks. Do you know why she came to the island?
To get help, if I'm not mistaken. Isn't that right?
Indeed. Sir Gregory suggested to her father that he introduce her to Lord Mortimer to see if he could help her.
I feel like the place
It
could.
would appear that she wasn't invited to the conference.
That doesn't surprise me. The poor girl was in no way concerned by our business, and she had no political clout.
I don't really like
I don't
politics
understand
and
why
all,
Sir
so I
Gregory
wouldn't either.
invited her during the conference of his good friend Lord Mortimer. He must have realized that he wouldn't have much time to grant her. Preparing a conference does not seem an easy task. On the evening of our arrival, Lord Mortimer didn't even welcome us, what with his being so busy and all.
Yes, you're right, Louis. I didn't think of that. It is indeed rather surprising. The easiest thing to do is simply ask him, you know.
Of course.
Yeah, okay. So easy, even though he could still be the killer.
I shan't keep you any longer.
Like,
Mr.
I still
Pesman.
believe that
free, Louis.
the main dude
If there's
is the
anything
killer.
I can do, just ask.
Like,
thank you.
It
Mr.
makes
President.
sense if you think about it. Like, he invites people to the place, and then maybe he gets certain people out of his way by planting evidence on him. Like that, I don't even know his name, but if, the French dude, not the young one, but the older one, countryman or whatever, it's a possibility he was involved in it, or killed her, which he specifically said that he wasn't. But this guy, however, was walking with him earlier. So...
Good day, Monsieur de Richet.
Mr. Volner, are you looking for anything in particular? Next to Elizabeth's room?
No, nothing special.
Intoxicated, you consumed 4 consumed motors during a single quest, or consumed a duct. Really? You fuckers. Let's speak about Elizabeth's. Speak about Elizabeth.
Has anyone told you that Elizabeth was killed last night?
Yes. Rumors spread quickly.
Huh. He looks very put out.
It's horrible. How did it
I wish I could see more facial shit, so I could
better
use
follow
line.
your host's instructions and stay in your quarters.
I shall leave you now, sir. I will return to my room.
No, don't just go to... I don't even know if I used the correct option, but what was he looking for? You know? He had to be looking for something, right? I guess not, but... Wait, where was she murdered? Her body's not even here, is it? Not seeing it, not seeing it, still not seeing it. Okay, there's the body, okay. How did she die like that, though, if she was sitting down? Unless somebody else was sitting... don't know. Hold up.
A chest with a half-circle pattern.
We need a key. Oh. We have a key. Take them both. And then the letter. We will read.
An untutored hand copied these notes. Looks like a healing method. Well, that's a pity. Your writing is barely legible. Feet and hands are bound. A piece of cloth in the mouth prevents the tongue from being sectioned. It looks like preparation for an exorcism. Is Elizabeth really possessed?
Oh, you fucking scared the hell. Low key, I didn't expect that guy to be there. Also, why are they not suspects? It's a possibility.
The clock stopped at 3:54. If it was smashed during the murder, then I've just established the time of the crime.
Okay.
That would
That
clear
was
Emily
easy.
de facto because she was still with me at the time.
I kinda had a guess that Emily was not involved, regardless.
The talisman that I gave back to Elizabeth. I can't exactly say it brought her good luck.
Pick it up.
Huh. The talisman that
Never
I gave
mind,
back to
don't pick it up.
Elizabeth. I can't exactly say it brought her good luck.
I mean, it brought us good luck. Not really. Just didn't do much.
A notebook, written in Elizabeth's handwriting. It is written in a mix of several languages. Not
Can't
easy to
translate it
work
because
out.
we don't have the right shit.
June 11th. August 24th. Piece of fabric. High quality at that. I'd say it's silk.
Did somebody come in
By
from...
the texture and the gray hue, it must come from a dress, that kind that women of quality wear. The color doesn't correspond to Emily's black outfits, and Elizabeth doesn't have anything quite like this in her wardrobe.
Let's take a closer look. It's a little dirty. It must come from the bottom of the dress where it touches the ground. I recognize that moire pattern. It's the same as the travel dress my mother was wearing when she left. But why the hell did she come into this room?
I mean, I don't even know if I like your mother, bro.
Fabric. High quality
Okay.
at that. I'd say it's silk. Going by the texture and the gray hue, it must come from a dress, that kind that women of quality wear. It's a travel dress. The silk has been gently waxed to protect it from bad weather. And I know the very woman who came up with the idea, given all the traveling she does. My mother. God help us. Why did she come here in the first place? The material appears to have undergone abnormal
Let me move
wear and
around.
tear.
There we
She
go.
must have been
Fuck.
scouring the countryside, and that doesn't look good.
Something just seems off about it all.
Pentagram. What the hell's been going on here?
I mean, it's been here for a while now. Wait.
Many esoteric rituals are based on this shape. Could Elizabeth have been sacrificed during an occult ritual? Contrary to what most people believe, the pentagram's not there to conjure up, I don't know what evil or demonic creature. With the point toward the top, the pentagram is an ancient symbol of protection against evil.
Okay.
I wonder if Elizabeth's death has anything at all to do with this pentagram. If a ritual went wrong and degenerated,
Wouldn't
Elizabeth would
wouldn't
probably
it
have been
be
killed
on
in
the
center of
pentagram?
not 3 meters from here. That's strange.
But also, what's that? I feel like that has to do with something, somehow. I don't know. Let's speak to you before, actually, to analyze the body first.
The blade is short and thin, well sharpened, apparently. It's covered in blood. Still fresh. The lower part of the handle is unsullied by blood. The murderer gripped the weapon so tight that there's no blood where he held it. The handprint indicates a small and slender hand. The handprint on the handle is really small. I can't imagine a man with a hand that size. It must be from a woman's hand.
But we were told that it was a man.
Knocked over bottle of wine. What kind of plonk is that? Hey, it's a Bordeaux. That's a Chateau de Brion. It's a great wine. I don't know what's happened to this wine, but it's undrinkable.
Just because we smelled it, it like instantly gave us bad, what should we call it? Like a negative effect or whatever.
Poor girl bled to death. Whoever left that footprint has boats for feet. That's at least a size 15. Where's a size like that here? Peru?
But, yeah, it was Peru.
Washington, maybe.
He told us. It's Peru. But Peru didn't kill her. Okay. Doesn't say anything. Her eyes are fucked up. Oh shit, I didn't know the phone went off. Examine the arm, examine the hands. Okay.
There are numerous marks on the body. She must have fought like a lion. It couldn't have happened without a lot of noise. There are also a number of old scars.
Meaning of scarring. Since we are.
Scarring. Ugh. Scarring isn't very regular, but they're mostly from old cuts.
Okay.
People who
There we
scar
go.
themselves in this way generally do so to relieve some kind of psychological suffering. By trying to master the pain, they establish their self-control.
She had the Sigillum de Ameth tattooed on her, a symbol of the living God, written in the language of angels, according to believers. It is rare for someone to know about symbols like this at her age, unless her mother was a tutor.
I don't think she was. Examine the arm. Let's examine the head now.
I see no sign of bruising on the skull. The only clue is a scar from a previous craniectomy. Poor Elizabeth, she must have been very young when she went through all that. That's torture. She also has old scars around the neck, maybe mutilations.
Examine her nose, examine her mouth. How about her eyes?
She bled from the nose.
Like maybe... I don't know.
There's signs of bleeding, but I don't see any traces of bruising. She bled from the nose.
He told us. Oh wait. Oh.
What a strange smell.
Isn't that the same smell that was...
Laudanum.
Oh.
Certain courtiers use it to get drunk. If taken in large quantities, it can provoke fits of madness.
Okay. Examined hands now.
Wounds, but blood on the right hand. Nothing on the left except that tattooed symbol.
Examine the symbol.
This pinnacle is a trap. The wearers of the pinnacle thought that they were protected from evil by surrounding it inside the different circles of the pinnacle. The marks are bruising around the wrists. It doesn't look like she was tied up or held by force.
Still confused.
Blood, but no trace of blows on the legs.
Okay. With the tattoos.
More tattoos, similar to those on the rest of her body. The direction of the blood streaks caused by the wounds to the thorax show that she was standing when she lost blood. This proves that she was standing when she was assassinated. Possibly held by someone or something.
Maybe something. Examine the upper body.
I count no fewer than
I don't
9
like
wounds
how
on
like
the
some of the
thorax
things
with
are grayed out
a
and you
lot of
can't
blood.
actually use them.
At first sight, I'd say that's what caused her death.
Like I get it, I guess, because you need skill points, which is just kind of, it's like if you're, I have like the investigator like skill points, it should be, you know, a little smarter than it is, but unfortunately most of it isn't.
Some of these tattoos are veritable works of, what's that? The skin between her breasts is different. Bloody hell! This tattoo was drawn on a page of leather and stitched onto her skin. Probably during childhood. If the scars are anything to go by. It's the same kind of tattoo as
That's
on
even
the
more
rest of her
fucked up.
body. It looks as though the wounds were inflicted from a precise angle. As if the murderer was standing behind Elizabeth.
This is really confusing. That's all we got. Right? Yeah. So we've concluded that Perig walked through the blood, which, by the way, why did he walk past it? Like, let's say if he cared, right? Wouldn't he have like stopped right here or something? I don't think he would have walked past it because his footprint goes all the way out to the knife. But then, if he wasn't the killer, and the woman was, because we know there was a woman, just by out here, since the fabric's here, which means somebody moved the bed, but then he thinks it's his mom, because that's what she would wear. But that, how does that... How does... Okay, if it's his mom, let's say his mom killed her. Which is a possibility. Though at the same time, some things just don't make sense. Like Peru walking through that. But Peru mentioned to him, so you would think that there's another killer involved, or a suspect that we don't actually know of yet.
Has Sir finished with this room?
Do you know who could have made such a mess of this room?
Miss Adams, sir. We were given orders to leave the room as it was, so as not to rush her.
Did she have a fight with someone to get the room into this state?
Not that I know of, sir. Miss Adams would sometimes throw a tantrum, during which she would destroy anything that came to hand. Lord Mortimer told us not to enter the room.
Thanks for that information.
You are welcome, sir. Has Sir finished with this room?
I don't think there's anything else we could... Wait. Hold up.
No, I haven't gone over everything yet.
Hold up.
Sir may take his time when Sir would like to leave.
I see that
Sir
mark
has
behind
every
that drawer right there. Drawer. Blood.
Blood spatter indicates that the murderer must have held Elizabeth upright during the attack.
But we didn't have any marks.
If Elizabeth wasn't very big, I doubt she wouldn't have put up a struggle. It takes tremendous strength to overpower someone like that.
Huh. Did that give us any, No, it didn't. But, oh, that was just the branches or whatever that is.
Vials of laudanum.
Okay.
The label shows that this laudanum comes straight from America. I wonder if Washington's involved.
It's a possibility. It's a possibility. I didn't even get those before. Huh. The question is, how did she end up there? How did the clock break? You know, like certain things just seem to not really fully align. Just odd as ever. Or just odd as...
Has Sir finished with this room?
I know enough now. Thank you.
Very well, sir. Sir may
Still don't
return
have a
whenever need be.
I mean, I have
shall
suspects,
guard
but
the
I
door.
don't have anything else. Weird. We have 2 suspects, but there's a 3rd suspect. And we still don't know the 2nd or the 3rd. But we know Peru
Monsieur Johann van
is
Boom.
involved. Still don't know how he's involved. We just know that he walked over her body, so he was looking for something, most likely. But I don't know. Just confusing is all I'm trying to say. Oh shit.
A table of alchemical symbols. Someone circled the zinc symbol.
The Sorrows of Young Werther. There's a handwritten text signed by von Werner on this first page. Dear Elizabeth, I know that this book is but a small token compared to the delightful moments you gave me, but I hope that this will nonetheless keep the memory alive. Your ever-obedient servant. So, Volner had a relationship with Elizabeth.
Okay.
But that's hardly surprising given his fondness for the occult.
A table of alchemical symbols. Someone circled the zinc symbol. The signs of obscurantism.
Oh, wait, what's that on the ground?
This is Circe.
Weird.
A chest locked with a 4-letter code. Surely a word close to the owner's heart.
Use your knowledge to use a 3rd letter. It's not Elizabeth, because this is not possible. Since it's only a 4-letter word, but I don't know. We could figure out.
Amber crystals.
The alchemist is an old man.
Weird. I got a feeling though. Wait, is there?
A table of alchemical
Never mind.
symbols.
I thought maybe like there was
Zinc symbol.
zinc. What if it's zinc?
A chest locked with a 4-letter code. Surely a word close to the
Z-I-N-C.
owner's heart.
Z-I-N-C. So, Z. I. N. C. Well, that wasn't difficult at all. What's up, Shark?
What can I do for you, de Richet?
Monsieur, Lord Mortimer has appointed me to investigate the tragedy that befell us last night.
Oh, yes. It's horrible. Yes. How can I help, monsieur?
Okay, thanks, Shark.
Where were you last night?
In my room. I read a few ancient manuscripts before going to bed. But I didn't stay up long. I was tired.
Thank you kindly.
No, they had a relationship.
Excuse me for asking, but did you know Miss Adams?
Oh, she... not really, to tell the truth.
No.
I found the Werther dedication.
You lying?
Signed by your hand, monsieur. Would you like to change your version now?
Be careful, de Richet. Don't push your luck.
Oh, you bet I will.
My relationship with Miss Adams was pure and has nothing to do with you.
That's not the
Continue
problem.
playing the detective as you see fit. But if I find the bastard who did that to Elizabeth, I will...
Yes! I would have preferred a simple response, but I see I have my answer now. I get the impression that your romance was over. Am I right?
So? What does it matter to you? I would never have attacked her, if that's what you're insinuating.
Who put an end to the relationship? You or her?
It was her. It was her. But what does that matter? We both agreed.
Huh.
Please, tell me a little more about the nature of your relationship.
That is a personal matter, monsieur.
Yes, that is true. So, tell me.
All right. It was passion. That's why we
I
couldn't
don't believe
stay
you're the
together.
killer anyway.
It scared her.
Then again, there was still another guy involved. So it's a possibility.
Exactly how long had you been seeing her?
I have no reason to answer you.
I see. Is that what you want me to tell Lord Mortimer when he asks what I found out?
It's only been a few weeks.
You loved her, didn't you?
That is none of your damn business.
Your feelings betray you, sir.
So what? Yes. I loved her, like a moth loves the flame of a candle.
Okay.
That's why we could never be together.
But that's why you never could be together. Cannot talk about the tattoos, though.
We finished. I'll have a look around and then take my leave.
Do whatever you have to do.
I don't think he's the killer anyway. It just doesn't... I don't know, something just doesn't align with it, I guess. Wait, was that the hallway with the room? Yeah, it was, okay. Not the hallway with the room, but the hallway with the stairs that go up. Jesus. Okay, nobody else is in here. Still haven't really come to a conclusion.
I've come to speak about the findings of the investigation, my lord.
I'm listening, Louis.
I have clues, but prefer not to accuse
I'm
anyone.
sorry, my lord, but I don't have any evidence conclusive enough to allow me to name the culprit with certitude.
Really? I see. Well, that's your decision, Louis, and I accept it. Given the distinguished guests and the sensitive political issues involved at the conference, I trust you'll leave me to conclude the case in my own way. Right. It's time we spoke about your mother, Louis.
She isn't missing, you know.
What? What do you mean?
My mother has left traces in every nook and cranny of your island, my lord. She's definitely here. Now, what worries me most is why she doesn't show herself.
That doesn't make me feel any better, Louis.
What was the official reason why my mother came to your island?
I don't trust this guy.
I knew about your mother's activities and yours in the Golden Order. I thought we had everything to gain by working together.
You mean the canon deal with Monsieur Bonaparte?
Among others, yes. How did you hear about that?
Monsieur Bonaparte came to speak to me about it yesterday, during lunch.
I see. So impetuous. He was supposed to let me speak to you about it first. Our friend Napoleon desperately needed financial backing to properly equip his army. I took it upon myself to back him because I have a firm conviction that he can go far. Yet he told me that you had spoken and that you hadn't been able to reach an understanding.
Well, because you didn't tell me.
That's putting it mildly. Monsieur Bonaparte is one of those guys who only understands people who think like he does.
Ah, I see what you mean. He is indeed rather inflexible when it comes to certain subjects. But I am still of the opinion that you can manage to get along.
Well, yeah,
We
definitely.
shall see. However, there's one thing that surprises me. Did my mother intend to finance a war? I'm not sure that I follow.
No, your mother's aim was not so much to partake in a war, but rather to make Monsieur Bonaparte accountable. France is in turmoil, and having the support of a military man can often come in handy, Louis. You'll see. Once this deal was closed, I had big plans for Sarah.
Such as what?
You see, I've invited several influential figures on my island to present them with a project at the conference. It will be presented later today. I thought that the Golden Order had a role to play. And I still think so. I was hoping Sarah would be able to join us.
I see.
Indeed, if by chance your mother decided not to return to us before the conference, would you do me the great honor of attending? If only to follow the deliberations while waiting for her to duly take her seat.
Why not? We shall see.
Ah, thank you so much. In this way, you'll be able to keep your mother informed of what is said. There's something else I'd like to briefly go over. Earlier, you asked me the official reason for your mother's presence here. Is there an off-the-record reason why your mother came here?
I don't want to trust you.
If only my mother trusted me, but she remained very mysterious.
I don't want to tell him.
I'd been delighted to answer your question.
Is this usual for her?
As head of the Order, secrets are her bread and butter, as you can imagine.
Okay.
That said, it's the first time she hasn't let me in on the reason for her trip. And it intrigues me, to tell you the truth.
Well, I'm sure that Sarah will explain everything once she realizes.
Think about it. She's hiding from everyone, including
in your
him.
opinion, why would your mother remain in hiding over several weeks?
Her not coming back to the manor after so long makes me wonder if she is wary of someone.
Well, certainly. But whom? The only ones who were present during her stay were Sir Gregory, Duchess Hillsborough, Mr. von Wollner, and myself.
How did my mother and Duchess Hillsborough get on?
Oh, very well, I believe. They spent a lot of time together. Without wanting to exaggerate, I rather got the impression that Emily reminded your mother of herself when she was young. The only thing I can tell you is that Sarah had indeed changed. At the beginning of her stay here, we enjoyed spending time together, solving the world's problems.
You seem to know my mother very well, my lord. What did you talk about together?
Oh, as soon as we had a little free time, we liked to share points of view about practically any subject. We would find ourselves embarked on interminable discussions that could go from Monsieur Blanchard's flight in a hot air balloon to the Treaty of Jersey, or the adoption of the metric system in France last year, or even Mr. Eli Whitney's invention in the United States.
Don't trust him. Okay. We can't speak of these two for some reason. Just because we didn't have politic thing.
My mother must have undoubtedly taken great pleasure in these exchanges. She always was one to appreciate broadening her knowledge. I'm surprised she didn't get you started on the Crusades. It was her favorite subject.
Are you joking? Sarah and I spent entire days together reliving them. It so happens that the Crusades are also my subject of predilection, especially the Third. My ancestor distinguished himself brilliantly during the siege of Saint-Jean-d'Acre.
I know.
Unfortunately, my lord, the Crusades are not my chosen field.
Well, it doesn't matter. You have plenty of time to learn. Your mother is a very well-read woman. You're quite lucky to have her as a model, Louis.
Yes, I know, but I'm still very worried.
I must admit, there are worse things to worry about now, Louis.
Not really.
What do you mean?
Since she disappeared, your mother has been seen once. Her behavior on the evening of your arrival greatly surprised Gregory and myself. She resurfaced to attack Emma, Emily Hillsborough's twin sister. And she shot her with a pistol.
Wait, what?
Then, before Gregory could intervene, she ran off and disappeared again.
I beg your pardon? Hang on.
That's what we saw.
My vision on the wharf, it was actually happening inside the manor. Mother shot Emily's sister? The very person she came looking for? Why would she do that?
Excuse me, but between that and the childhood of Lady Adams, it's all a bit much for me to cope with. I need to piece it all together again to see things more clearly. You said that you spent a lot of time talking together at the beginning. What happened for that to change?
I'm afraid I haven't much to tell you. The more the days went by, the more she withdrew into herself. She never gave me an explanation.
We need to talk about or we need to talk to the other guy.
Simply
How?
Disappeared.
Where did she go when she
wanted
to be alone?
She would shut herself away in a room we use as a box room upstairs.
Would you allow me to go there?
Naturally, Louis, of course. I'll send you a servant to open it.
Thank you.
One last thing, although I don't know if there is a connection.
I'm listening.
A gate was forced the other night near the wharf. Nothing serious, just a few small things damaged.
Maybe I should lie to him.
Mm-hmm. I see. I might be about to find a trace of her passage. Sorry, Mother, but I don't want him on my back. You'll have to take the blame for me.
I can't see how Sarah could have done this, but then I can't think of any other solution either.
I'll take a closer look.
That's all I can tell you about the disappearance of your mother, Louis. I would like to have been more helpful.
I don't trust
I
telling
shall
him
stay
the
on our
truth.
trail and follow up any leads.
Yeah, I already
Thank you.
haven't told him the truth in the first
we
place.
will meet later on to welcome our last guest. In the meantime, I shall get someone to open the box room upstairs.
Who's our last guest?
Thank you.
What I got a feeling this last guest's been here for a while.
The room is just opposite Mortimer's study.
I don't know what room we just entered. I don't even think it was the correct room.
There are burnt papers in the chimney.
Well, that's something.
There's a legible fragment left. Hey, I recognize my mother's handwriting. She says, we must find a safer way to communicate. Someone is onto us. Trust in my faith in the man with the sword. So Mother had an accomplice here. Who could it be?
No.
Who could she be suspicious of? I must find the next part. Faith, sword. I recognize her love of riddles there.
Well, man with the sword, probably the French guy. Question is, which one? I just don't believe it was the countryman. The countryman's an ass.
Dante's Paradise.
Raise your head and be reassured. For what comes up here from the mortal world must ripen in our rays.
Wait, what's that?
What is this disc?
Take it.
St. Paul on the road to Damascus by Caravaggio.
Examine the painting.
Caravaggio attained a magnificent command of black and the play of colors too. Paul facing an ordeal, the curtains of his illusions being raised, and receives the light from his Savior.
Can't really talk about the story or anything though. Weird. Damn. I'm guessing we need to speak to,
The door appears to be locked on the other side. I think I heard something fall to the ground. A metallic sound, like a key falling to the floor. I'm gonna need something to help me get the key that fell on the floor. The door was closed from the inside. Would Mother have provided something within reach to recover it? We'll see if it works.
She's smart. Didn't really expect that.
It's open.
I guess the magnet would work, but how? Beneath the door just doesn't. I don't know. Like that door seems like it's pretty tight on the ground. I'm just saying.
St. Paul painted by Guido Reni. St. Paul is shown holding a sword.
Maybe he's the man with the sword.
There's hardly any dust, as if the painting's been cleaned recently. There's a small inscription engraved on the frame. Let's take a closer look. This is how Paul spoke to his pilgrims from Rome. Just above that, someone's written down the figure 11 on the painting and underlined it twice. No, what does that mean?
Well,
So we have the figure 11 twice underlined.
That's obvious.
And a story of a group of pilgrims who it looks like Paul is speaking to. Maybe it's a code. There must be a connection. A text on Paul must be somewhere, and it must be associated with the figure 11. But what's the story with these pilgrims? I mean, a connection with the figure, maybe?
A chest with the occult symbol representing air.
We don't have a key. It's the right, left key. What the fuck? You need 2 keys for it.
A drawing of the Apostle Matthew, painted by Guido Reni. He's represented as writing the word of the Lord, transmitted by the Holy Spirit, who appears here in the guise of an angel.
Okay. That's it? What was that? Is that a key? No.
The New Testament.
Jesus, how many...
And it came to pass in those days that Jesus came from Nazareth of Galilee and was baptized by John.
But again, it does give us shit. I didn't even close it, but okay.
St. John, painted by Guido Rini.
That's it? Okay. We have a lot more now.
Several portraits of apostles, all signed by Guido Rini. Looks like someone touched this commode recently. There are fingerprints on the sheets and in the dust.
Well, can I move
Several
it?
portraits of apostles.
No.
All signed by Guido Rini.
Can't skip it.
Looks like someone
I feel like
touched
you
this
should be able to
commode
move
recently.
the paintings
There are
and see if
fingerprints on the
anything was
sheets and
there.
in the dust.
Weird that, you know, there's fingerprints, but you can't do anything about it. Like, look into it or whatever.
Devil's Thorn. I'll keep it. Painting of St. Mark from the collection
Wait,
of the
isn't
apostles
this-
by Guido Rini.
Isn't it? Okay.
Amber.
Weird. That's all it says. Trust in the man with a sword. Everybody in here doesn't have a sword. But that guy. Weird. Still feel like we're missing something else. And then this just says figure 11. Wait.
So we have the figure 11 twice underlined.
Does he say anything
and
else?
the story of a group of pilgrims who it looks like Paul is speaking to.
He
Maybe it's a
doesn't.
code. There must be a connection. A text on Paul must be somewhere, and it must be associated with the figure 11. But what's the story with these pilgrims? I mean,
So
a connection with the figure, maybe?
He's not an evangelist.
Of the 4 apostles shown in this piece, Paul is the only one who isn't an evangelist. He is the 13th apostle.
Okay. But it's only 4.
St. Paul is shown holding a sword.
Yes. I know
Strange.
this.
There's hardly any dust. As if
Yes.
The painting's been cleaned
Can
recently.
we move the, like,
There's
is
a
there something
small
behind the
inscription engraved
painting,
on the
or?
frame. Let's take a
something?
closer look. This is how Paul
weird.
spoke to his pilgrims from Rome. Just above that, someone's written down the figure 11 on the painting and underlined it twice. No, what does that mean?
What does that mean? There's no book. Because, like, there's books here, but we can't look at any of them, so.
A chest with the occult symbol representing air.
Yes, we get this. Open it up. Never mind. Can't pick both locks till we unlock that. What was that? Oh, collector's coins? I don't even know if that was there before.
Dante's Paradise.
Why did
Raise
you
your
read
head
that?
and be reassured, for what comes up here from the mortal world must ripen in our rays.
Wait. I remember they said something about a book. I'll remember if I hear it. Where's it? Is there a book in here? Yeah. Something about Paul, right? It was about Paul? Shit, I don't remember.
Wherefore,
I'll just go
as by
through all of
one
them.
man sin entered into the world, and death by sin. And so
this is
death
gonna be
passed
boring.
upon all men, for all have sinned.
I'm too lazy to go through every single one. But then again, analyze the book.
This book is incredibly precious. I believe this is the book my mother referred to when calling upon the Lord.
Read. I'll actually go back. What is
A
it?
volume of the Gutenberg Bible.
That's obvious. But I thought you were gonna read something more into it than just that. Okay, okay. So confused. So this is like a specific thing that he talks about when looking
I guess I'll
at
just come back later.
painting. So the only one
St.
of these
Paul
3
painted
or
by
4
Guido Rini.
apostles. Huh.
So
Sum up
we have
information.
the figure 11
Yes,
twice
figure 11.
underlined.
Get it.
And a story of a group of pilgrims who it looks like Paul is
Pilgrims
speaking
and
to.
Paul speaking
Maybe
to
it's a code.
pilgrims.
There must be a connection. A text on Paul must
Yes,
be somewhere.
it's behind
and it
us.
must be associated with the figure 11.
But figure 11,
What's the
like,
story
is
with
there...
these pilgrims? I mean, a connection with the figure, maybe?
Hold up, leave. Nice. I just didn't see... Is there anything here? Chapter 11, verse 11? I guess that could be figure... I don't know how...
I say then, have they stumbled that they should fall? God forbid. But rather through their fall, salvation is come unto the Gentiles, for to provoke them to jealousy. Oh, wait. A note from Mother is carefully folded between the pages here. What does it say?
Okay.
Dear E, I'm glad you found this note.
I don't know if they're
I was
talking about the
afraid the
same
code
thing.
of the two groups of pilgrims would mislead you. Pick up the package. You know where, and hide it where no one will find it. It's imperative. Awaiting your reply, hidden behind the youngest apostle. What? The youngest apostle? What does Mother mean by that?
Isn't that the youngest apostle too?
St. Paul painted by Guido.
Never mind. If it was, you'd be able to open it. We can't leave. Unless there's more apostles that we just don't see. Wait. Can we move this yet?
Several portraits of apostles,
No.
all signed by Guido Pliny.
'Cause there was 13.
Touched this commode recently. Their fingerprints on the sheets and
That's what I
in
was
the
saying.
dust.
Maybe something was hidden in it, but you don't look ever. Like, bruh. Just trying to help. Look at the frame.
There's nothing worth noticing here. Little characters are engraved on the chest of drawers under the urn.
Cool.
It's a sentence in Hebrew. Choosing the Hebrew alphabet is no coincidence. It's got to be a reference to the Bible.
Too bad you can't read it.
There are finger marks, deliberately drawn in the dust. 8 in all. No, nothing of value here.
Behind that painting?
It's too cumbersome for me to unhook here, but judging by the dust, it hasn't been moved for months, if not years.
Okay. Jesus. What the heck? Shit's annoying. I gotta close my window. No, wait. Maybe this is the youngest. Doesn't have a beard. Well, isn't that obvious?
St. John is the only apostle painted in this gallery who hasn't got a beard. Hey, wait!
Okay, I didn't even know
that
was
means
the
it's
youngest.
him.
Hold on,
He's
let
the
me close
youngest
my window.
apostle. Right. This painting is therefore associated with the answer which E had to give to my mother. Now, I just need to know how to recover the answer.
There we go. It's gonna get hella hot now. Fuck. But, you know, I don't want to be annoying and loud as fuck out there. I'm just gonna close it. It doesn't have a beard, that's obvious. Observe the painting.
The painting looks like it's been taken down recently. What was it my mother said? That she would wait for an answer hidden behind the apostle. Ah, of course. There's something written behind the painting. On the second day, the pilgrims will listen to the prophecy of the young apostle. They shall add 1 companion to their left and 3 to their right to complete their rank. What does it mean?
What? The youngest apostle? I don't understand that.
It's St. John, painted by Guido Rini.
St. John.
They should add a companion to their left and 3 to their right to complete their ranks. I imagine it applies to their code, the one Mother set up with the pilgrims. What's this? A group of pilgrims who Paul was talking to, and now John is telling them prophecies?
Is it John talking to the same people?
St. John, painted by Guido Rini.
Yes, we got that.
On the second day, The pilgrims listened to the prophecy of the young apostle. The prophecy of the young apostle. That was
John. Got that.
And the prophecy mentioned is
Book of
most likely the
Revelations.
book of Revelations according to St. John.
What? Still same book, right? Yes. John. We don't know which one.
But he that hateth his brother is in darkness, and walketh in darkness, and
We know it's
knoweth
one
not
of
whither
them.
he goeth,
Doesn't
because
matter
that
which one we
darkness
talk then,
hath blinded
or
his
use.
eyes.
Okay, go back. Do the same thing. John.
If we say that we have no sin, we deceive ourselves, and the truth is not in us.
Okay. John. Let's use
And
this.
ye know that he was manifested to take away our sins, and in him is no sin.
Cool. That didn't help. Wait, Revelation of John. I didn't read that. Wait. What if it's the last
Hereby
one we
know
read?
that we dwell in him, and he in us, because
I didn't
he hath
even see the
given us
Revelation of
of
John
his
because of the
Spirit.
brightness. Revelation of John.
Saying with a loud voice, Worthy is the Lamb that was slain to receive power, and riches, and wisdom, and strength, and honor, and glory, and blessing.
Okay.
And the woman was given
Can't read
two
that.
wings of a
That's
great
okay.
eagle, that she might fly into the wilderness, into her place, where she is nourished for a time, and times, and a half a time, from the face of the serpent. Hey, a new note.
Thank you.
Folded carefully in the corner of this page.
I didn't even mean to click that
The
one.
writing,
To click
it's not
one
my
of the
mother's.
others, but
S. I found the book in your effects. I've concealed it where no one can get their hands on it. I can assure you, awaiting your instructions, I will hear your reply like he who hears the angel. Hears the angel? What does that mean? Oh, it's probably the place where she was expecting to get the location of the next.
yes, right there. Weird that they went in the same room to hide things, though.
A drawing of the Apostle Matthew, painted by Guido Reni.
So now we're gonna have to be
represented as
reading
writing
Matthew.
the word of the Lord, transmitted by the Holy Spirit, who appears here in the guise of an angel.
Yeah, see, guys, I'm an angel. It's the only thing that gives it away.
There's something else behind this painting. It
I have a
says,
feeling.
half of each group will join the first city of Corinth. What the hell does that mean?
I don't even know.
There's something else behind this painting.
Another thing?
It
Oh,
says, half of each group will join the first city of Corinth. What the hell does that mean?
why would you put it back? What does that matter?
A drawing of the Apostle Matthew.
No,
painted
no.
by Guido Reni. He's represented as writing the word of the Lord, transmitted by the Holy Spirit, who appears here in the guise of an angel.
Weird. Waiting your instruction imply like he is the angel. We're technically not done.
A chest with the occult symbol
They
representing
didn't give us
air.
any keys though, which is the problem. Can we leave this room yet? Wait a sec.
St. Paul on the Road to Damascus by Caravaggio. Caravaggio attained a magnificent command of black.
We knew this.
The play of colors, too. Paul facing an ordeal, the curtains of his illusions being raised, and receives the light from his Savior. St. Paul is the only saint to be presented twice in these paintings, contrary to the other apostles. How come? This painting has been hanging here for a long time. A lot of dust is built up on it. Well, a finger has drawn a number in the thin layer of dust. I can read the number 4.
4. Is that chapter 4? You know, like, you gotta give me something.
This painting has been hanging here for a long time.
Just 4,
A lot
right?
of dust is built up on it.
There wasn't, I mean, there
Well,
wasn't
the finger
anything
has
else,
drawn
but...
a number in the thin layer of dust. I can read the number 4. There's nothing worth noticing here.
No. Behind the painting.
It's too cumbersome for me to unhook here.
But
But judging by the dust, it hasn't been moved for months, if not years.
Yeah, but that's not why.
Little characters are engraved on the chest of drawers under the urn. It's a sentence in Hebrew.
We got 4, and we got Hebrew, which has to do with the Bible. What if that has to do with what we need? Something about the Bible, right? I mean, they're all kind of pretty close to it. We were on St. John. Wait. Which one was it?
I guess I'll just come back later.
Something about 4, but we gotta just remember that. What was this guy? Observe the fame.
Drawing of the Apostle Matthew.
Matthew,
Painted by
that's
Guido
why.
Reni.
Matthew 4, that's all we gotta look
Represented
for.
the Lord,
Anything
transmitted by the
with
Holy
number
Spirit,
4 by
who
Matthew.
appears here in the guise of an angel.
Or that ties into Matthew. Okay, so that part's obvious. I don't know if I like this investigating. I definitely like it, but I don't know. It's just weird. Nothing about him. Go back to the beginning. Matthew, the same Matthew. Nothing about 4. No verse 4 either. Nothing.
I guess I'll just come back later.
Oh, no. Weird. There's only one thing about Matthew, but there's no 4 involved in it.
Take heed that ye practice your justice before
I'll just
men,
talk.
to be seen differently by them. Otherwise, ye shall have no reward of your Father, which is in heaven.
So we try the second one.
But Jesus turned him about, and when he saw her, he said, Daughter, be of good comfort. Thy faith hath made thee whole. And the woman was made whole from that hour.
Yeah. Okay, that was 2.
And great multitudes were gathered together unto him.
Still
so that
nothing
he
about
went
4
into a
though.
ship
Like, what does
and
that
sat,
mean? Are you
and
talking
the
about
whole
like the
multitude
last thing
stood
about him,
on
like
the
the
shore.
4th one? Are you talking about number 4 involved? Are you like, you know? I mean, might as well check every single one like we're doing, but it doesn't really
And
explain
said,
anything.
For this cause shall a man leave father and mother, and shall cleave to his wife, and they twain shall be one flesh.
I still don't understand why any of this has to do with 4.
St. Paul painted by Guido Reni.
I still don't understand. Something about 4. That's legit all we got out
Dante's
of it.
Paradigm.
Raise your head.
Why does he
and
read
be
it like
sure,
that?
For what comes up here from the mortal world must ripen in our rays.
Huh.
St. Paul on the road to Damascus by Caravaggio.
St. Paul. Oh, yeah, St. Paul. Try St. Paul. I didn't even think about that. St. Paul 4. Is there anything with St. Paul? No. Something about... I don't even remember. You say the... I don't even fucking know. What did he say?
I guess I'll just come back later.
About St. Paul? I didn't even fucking know. I'm so confused. Wait, what was that? Oh, just the box, okay. We still don't know where the key is, by the way.
St. Paul on the road to Damascus.
Damascus.
By Caravaggio.
Caravaggio. Caravaggio should be involved, right? So, is there anything about Caravaggio? It doesn't sound like it. Hebrews. Remember how we were just talking about that?
That which beareth thorns and briars is rejected,
'Cause
and is nigh.
The yearns from the
whose
Hebrew.
end is to be burned.
So
Here's the
maybe.
message.
Yep.
There are some complications. Indeed, the Prussian is insistent. What's happening at your end? Do you need help? If tonight is not possible, let's say tomorrow evening, in the South Room, where we reviewed the situation. When Paul understood that only the axe counted, he went back on his tracks. I await your confirmation to his left, in the company of the pilgrims that have joined him. Yeah, this last comment is about their code. I should find new pilgrims near Paul.
New pilgrims near Paul. What do
I
you
guess I'll
mean?
just come back later.
What does it even mean? I mean, these? No. I'm so confused. New pilgrims near Paul. In your conversation, when Paul understood that the only axe he went back on his tracks. We might as well read every single page in the books. Like, legit. So annoyed. Okay, wait. Now that we read that.
St. Paul on the road to Damascus by Caravaggio.
Yeah, nothing. But we did add to this. Wait your confirmation to his left in the company of the pilgrims that have joined him. Of St. Paul, right? Is it St. Paul?
It's St. John.
St. John.
Painted by Guido
Sorry.
Reni.
Is that St. Paul?
A drawing of the Apostle Matthew.
No.
Painted by
Which
Guido
one was
Reni.
St. Paul?
He's represented as writing the
Was
word
that the
of the Lord,
other one?
transmitted by the Holy Spirit.
The one we first went
who
to?
appears here in the guise of an angel.
That's what I was thinking, but I don't actually know. Okay.
St. Paul painted by Guido Reni.
St. Paul.
Painting of St. Mark from the collection of the Apostles by
Sit
Guido
to the
Reni.
left.
There's nothing worth noticing here. No, nothing of value here. There are finger marks, deliberately drawn in the dust.
4 and 8.
8 in all.
4 and 8 is what we got, but 8. St. John chapter 8. Or St. Paul chapter 8. Something like that. I don't know. Wait. Is that last one we got? Verse 8, yeah. Something about chapter 8, verse 4. No. Verse 8 too, maybe. Chapter 4, verse 8. I'll try both of these.
Because we
This
look
one
not
first.
at the things that are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are
Round.
eternal.
Ow, my body. So like, that didn't really help. I'm gonna be straight up.
How shall not the ministration of the Spirit not be more glorious?
Hold up.
But though we, or an angel from heaven, preach any other gospel unto you than that which we have preached unto you, let him be accursed.
Sorry, okay, shit,
Finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things
4:8.
are honest, whatsoever things are just,
The first one where those
whatsoever
two numbers
things
are actually combined.
pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report, if there
Too
be
much
any
words.
virtue, and if there be
Okay.
any praise, think on these things.
What? That's the one that I thought there would be something on, but there isn't.
This I say therefore, and testify in the Lord, that ye henceforth walk not as other Gentiles walk, in the vanity of their mind.
This motherfucking part is fucking weird.
Thou hast put all things under his feet, for in that he put all in subjection under him. He left nothing that is not put under him.
That's not helping. Try that
Not
one.
in the lustful desire, even as the
I'm
Gentiles.
still confused. So like 4 and 8, I thought like chapter 4, you know, like 8 would work, but it didn't. Wonder. Only 2 mentioned St. Matthew and John. There is no chapter 4 or chapter 8, verse 8 or 4. Is there? Weird. Is it an 8? I guess I'll try that 8, even though I
And
know
he became
it's
very
not it.
hungry, and would have eaten, but while they were made ready, he fell into a
Yeah, it's
trance.
not it.
Hey,
Wait,
there's a note
never
here.
mind.
A message from Mother in reply to E. We must leave urgently.
Okay.
But first I absolutely must go beyond the nightmare. Watch out for Volner. He figured out I was avoiding him. Allay suspicion. See you tomorrow evening. Stand ready. For now, let's cease all communication until we meet. Take care of yourself. I suppose this must be the last message. What happened afterward? If it's what I suspect, I fear the worst. What did Mother mean by, I absolutely must go beyond the nightmare? I must go beyond the nightmare. What does she mean by that?
It's probably literal, or... Well, it's not literal. It isn't.
I'm guessing it's a metaphor. I need to figure out what this means. Mortimer's getting his guests together. I ought to join them so I don't look suspicious.
Huh. We didn't find everything, really? Okay. That room was just kind of... I don't know. I just didn't think anything else would be in there, I guess. But I guess there was more, even though, like... Hold up. Is that what it's doing? Okay, so we do need a skill in politics. I guess we could wait. Let's do this one. We definitely need the one in politics. Which one was this that I just got? This novel being written by a lieutenant general of the place is a collection of stories inspired. Yeah, but what does it do? It's fine. I was gonna go with that manipulation one first,
joined
but
everyone in the small salon.
just because I think it would work out for everybody else, like if we needed to convince people where we were.
You are expected in the small salon, sir.
Something just sounds odd about this entire place.
Emily, I must speak to you.
What's the matter, Louis? About last night, I'm guessing.
Sadly, no. Even if I'd like to have, alas, there are more pressing matters. I have news about your sister.
What have you found out?
Look, I've started piecing together the events leading up to my mother's disappearance and your sister's. Did my mother know about your secret?
Yes, even though I belong to the English chapter, her rank in the Order gives her access to a good deal of personal information.
Must have been Emma I saw in my vision. I was given to understand that my mother and your sister bonded during their stay. I've got a question that might seem a little bit strange.
Maybe not say it in an echoing room.
If I said go beyond the nightmare, would that ring any bells?
No, means nothing to me. Do you mean literally or figuratively speaking?
It might be a place, I don't know where, but it's a lead.
You ought to ask His Eminence. He knows the house and its estate very well, being a frequent visitor here.
Thanks for the advice.
Should I speak to her about my vision? If what I saw is true, she might want to take revenge.
I don't know. But if we're honest with her... You know what? Tell
Emily, there's something else.
Go on then.
It's about your sister. I don't know what happened exactly, but it's possible that my mother had a go at her.
I know, Louis. I found out that same evening. Well, thanks for not trying to hide it.
What? Why didn't you tell me?
I didn't know if I could trust you. Now I know I can. It seems that your mother tricked Emma. She apparently asked her to hide an important book, so that even she wouldn't know where it was. And then she shot her like a dog to make sure no one would ever find it again.
We spoke to her about it.
Why would she do that?
I don't know, Louis, but I'll find out. You can count on that.
I'm sincerely sorry, Emily.
Thank you, Louis.
She knew about it, but slept with him,
to
so...
me. But you do realize your mother will have to accept the consequences of her acts.
There must be an explanation, Emily.
That's what we shall see.
We'll speak about it later, somewhere safe.
Come, Louis. They're waiting for us.
You will pay dearly, Peru. I'm sure you were involved somewhere along the line.
That's right. Pretend you don't know. One piece of advice. Don't travel through France on your way back, or it'll cost you dearly.
Calm now, my friends. Let's calm down. Everyone seems to be a little unnecessarily heated. Don't forget where you are, please.
What's going on here exactly?
Sir Gregory called us together to introduce the last guest.
But hardly had we arrived when he set upon Monsieur Peru.
And who is this charming character?
Manuel Godoy, the Duke of La Alcudia.
He's the head of the Spanish government, Monsieur de Richet. He's the one who, in practice, controls Spain.
How could you dare do such a thing? Dios mío, you are all out of your minds!
Really, Duke Manuel? What made you kick up such a fuss?
What? Have you not heard? Well, let me inform you that yesterday morning at 10:22 a.m. precisely, in the middle of the Place de la Révolution in Paris, by decree of the National Convention which Monsieur Peru works for, King Louis was guillotined.
What? Oh, no.
The King of France is dead, gentlemen. Our monarchies are in danger. I have said it before. How dare they?
Oh, dear.
Oh, as if...
Gracious.
Friends, let us calm down.
Don't pretend to be surprised. He got a fair trial.
Ridiculous. Bastard. He was sentenced to death by 361 votes to 360. You beheaded a king for one vote. Is that your democracy?
What an obnoxious act. Until this, anything was
Well,
possible. This
there wouldn't
political
be any
coup
votes
will
of
have
the
grave
monarchy, but then again, I don't even mind monarchies. Monarchies can be good.
Please, let us
Depends
take a step back a moment.
on who's the king.
Name of holiness.
There have
highest
been good kings and there have been bad
representative of God in
ones.
France, Emily.
Which kind of sucks. Either way.
Gentlemen, Duchess, we're all among people of reputable company here. We should be able to manage the conflicts of our nations in a respectful and orderly manner.
I fully agree with you, sir.
But...
That's enough, sir.
With whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
Louis Maras de Richet.
Are you related to Sarah de Richet?
Sarah is his mother, Duke. Gentlemen, this news affects us all, but I must ask you to remain calm. It's not the first time history has taken us by surprise. Let's ensure that our respective countries are allowed to respond appropriately to this news.
Oh, rest assured. The response will not fall short, my friend.
Good for you. Well, Your Grace, here I was preparing to introduce you as is proper, and you've beaten me to it. I'm delighted that we are all together at last. Our meeting will therefore be able to kick off shortly. I have just a few more little preparations to take care of before you all find out the reason for your presence here. In the meantime, I shall leave you to get to know one another. When you hear the bell, please proceed to the conclave room on my left, behind that door. I'll see you later.
Could you spare a moment, please, sir?
I'm glad you asked. I want to talk to you, too. Of course.
I heard about your mother's disappearance.
Took you a while.
I was concerned. I don't know why, but I doubt it's from sympathy alone. Well, let's see what he wants from me.
Any news of her? Have you found her, maybe?
Hear you speak, it sounds like you and my mother were close.
Let's say I hold your mother in high esteem, yes. We were even planning to work together.
That's what he was getting at.
Did she tell you about our arrangement?
No.
The cat's out of the bag now. More or less, but please do refresh my memory.
Yes, of course. Nothing of great importance in itself.
Not trustworthy.
During one of our discussions, she spoke of an old book, which might have been of interest to me, and she had agreed to let me have it.
A book about what?
Ancient occultism. As you are aware, I am a doctor of theology.
Is there a reason why he wants
You
to
might have come across some
but he-
old books in her belongings, perhaps?
The least one can say is that he doesn't beat around the bush. Sarah never travels without a few books. What does the one you're looking for look like exactly?
It resembles a grimoire. It's divided into 7 parts, each one individually locked. It was made in such a way that if someone tried to tamper with it, the sheets would be permanently tarnished. It's a unique copy. There's only one.
The mere mention of it makes his face light up.
It's the same
Well,
thing that
I'll
she
take a
hid.
closer look, but I can't promise you anything. You seem very upset. Is it so important to you, this book?
Well, it's the search of a lifetime. What can I say? Every time I move closer to it, it seems to slip away at the last minute. I was very surprised to learn that your mother had it in her possession. I thought it was with a certain von Borchardt in Paris. Do you know him?
Absolutely not.
Indeed. My mother and I had a brush with this individual just a few months ago.
What about?
About an object stolen from the Order a few years ago, which my mother wanted to recover.
This situation comes as a great surprise to me.
I got him now. I hope I've been able to satisfy your curiosity, Mr. von Volner, and that you succeed in finding what you're looking for.
Oh, and so do I.
And now, what if you told me who you really are working for, instead of keeping up this pretense?
I beg your pardon?
We both know what you're looking for, von Volner. You're the one who von Borchardt was planning to sell it to.
For centuries, all those who have come into contact with the Al-Azif have bitterly regretted it, Monsieur de Richet. You are playing a dangerous game. Please know
Game I'm willing to
that
play,
I am
bitch.
working for someone who does not appreciate anyone poking around in his business.
Let me guess.
Mortimer Holm, King of Prussia. Huh. The question is, not this, but I don't know, actually. The more I think about it. The more I think about it, I want to say... I'm trying to think. There's something that seems odd. Like, if you think about it, right? Mortimer makes sense.
It's Sir Gregory.
Correct. You ought to know then. He is not a man who likes to be duped. You are walking on thin ice, sir.
Not for long. For long. For long. And not for long. Not for long.
There's a pattern with 5 circles,
Circles?
on his chest.
Weird. There's no key, so it feels bad. Unless we find a key, but I don't know where we're gonna find one. The only person in here still is that guy.
Monsieur Bonaparte, may I speak with you a moment?
May we?
Does expression "go beyond the nightmare" mean anything to you at all?
Well, metaphorically, yes. It sums up the career of a soldier quite well. I doubt that is what you want to hear, though.
Indeed. That's surely not what I'm looking for.
Well, monsieur, if you are looking for a phrase book, Lord Mortimer must surely have one, given the number of books he has. You ought to check in the library of the tower. You never know.
Would you have any more information about the conference Lord Mortimer spoke of?
Nothing at all. Mortimer is very committed to secrecy when it comes to his conferences. But given the presence of Monsieur Peru and ourselves, I think it must concern France to some extent. Otherwise, I doubt he would have invited 3 Frenchmen to his table, huh?
You know...
What do you think of Duke Godoy?
Well, I'd rather not express any opinion of him.
Why is that?
His reputation is enough for me.
Meaning?
This gentleman enjoys people talking about him for too many reasons. His undeserved titles, more than 10 in just 4 years, and each one more prestigious than the one before.
You don't think he deserves them?
If I had seen him on the battlefield, there might be some doubt. But that is not the case.
Okay.
The Queen would rather not risk losing him, so she consoles him with awards and titles.
So you don't have a very positive opinion?
His coveting French Catalonia does not encourage me to have one.
I understand your point of view.
Oh.
Well,
I know what I
I'll
gotta
be
do.
leaving you now. Shall we meet up again later?
Wait, monsieur. Any news of your mother?
Unfortunately not, no.
I hope to speak with her about my deal before I leave. Let me know if you find her. À plus tard, monsieur.
I know what we gotta do. So, like... Right. I had to... Let's talk to George before we do the rest. Though I need to do it. I need to talk about this.
Well, thank you for your time.
Don't mention it, my young friend.
I'm so confused what I gotta look for. I don't know. Hold up. Go back down, right? We're down here now. Go to this way, right? Because there was like the library, and he said something about the library, right? So we go to the library. I mean, I don't know where it would be there, because there's so many books, right? So it'd have to be obvious. Right? I mean, it makes sense to me. I don't know. It's confusing to me because, like, part of it makes sense. Hold up. Let me put in this charter from my phone real quick. But it makes sense to me if, like, the main thing we gotta do is go to the library. But he said Mortimer's study, and isn't that the room we're in? I don't even know. Let's actually speak to him.
Ah, Louis.
Said the north staircase.
Just the man. Good Lord. How did the king come to be executed? I would think that the order would have intervened.
King was playing with fire.
Your Eminence, I haven't been following the case. I'm sure that the order did everything in its power. Unfortunately, you know the situation in Paris, and, well, it's chaotic at best. Anything can happen in those revolutionary tribunals.
The king is the official representative of God on earth, my
Yeah,
son.
sure.
Your Eminence, France has become a secular state. The king was just another citizen to them. He refused to admit his errors, looked
Why
down
did I
upon
use
them,
that?
and attempted
Fine.
to escape. What did he expect?
France has lost all reason, Louis.
I invite you to speak about it with my mother as soon as she reappears.
Is there any news of her?
Well, I hope it won't be long before I find her, Your Eminence.
Now you wanted to speak to me.
Thank you for everything, Your Eminence. I shan't take up any more of your time.
You are welcome, my son. I will be seeing you, Louis.
Did we get the key for this yet?
The lock is surrounded by a triple circle.
Could you imagine? No. Huh. So we just got a key. Is that the key to this?
The lock is surrounded by a triple circle.
No. Weird. We just got a key, but we don't know what it's for.
Atrus, the Miller brothers. Mother expressly forbade me from reading it.
Wait. What's up, one gamer?
Atrus, the Miller brothers. Mother expressly forbade me from reading it.
Can't look. Can't read any of them right now, though.
A few pages out of an old encyclopedia.
Oh, we just collected coins. Okay. Well, I thought this would be holding what we need, but I guess not. I'm so confused. Do we need to go to his study, or do we need to? I don't even know. Unless his study was the room. No, it wasn't. Never mind. Was this his study? Okay. Nothing on the books. Nothing there. How about these? Nothing. Wait, what are we reaching for? Oh. Cool. I got some money. Should I get PlayStation or Xbox? Whatever you want. I mean, PlayStation has better exclusives, but like, I don't know. Kind of like a 50-50, because regardless, you know, like the PlayStation in some ways they're gonna suck more than the Xbox, but then in some ways the Xbox is gonna suck more. So I can't really give my opinion. I mean, I'm on PlayStation, but you know, I didn't do anything. Let's exit this area then.
A song of Roland. Roland feels
so
his
confused.
death
Hold
is
up.
near. His brain
Says
is
to
oozing
look
by either ear.
in
With his
his
brain oozing,
study.
it's already remarkable that he can feel anything.
Share your games with me. I don't share games with anyone. I mean, wait, do you live by me? I don't know who you are, but if you do, I mean, I am selling some games. I don't know if you live by me, so I don't know. I don't know if I know you or not, so I don't know, you know. I've had nothing, but probably. I don't know. Oh, it's you, Nick. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I have some games that you can buy. I just don't have, you know. I just don't like sharing, you know, sharing, like, games throughout PlayStation, if that makes sense. Because I don't like giving my passwords out. Because my passwords, like, go through more than one thing.
President George Washington.
Well, okay, we need to go upstairs. Once I find, Lord Mortimer's, whatchamacallit? Once I find his stairs that go up, then I gotta talk about, or speak to him. Oh. Thanks to them collector coins. That goes downstairs. It just depends on what games you have. Like, what I like. Yeah. I'd have to look, but I don't know.
What do you want, Louis?
Speak with the nightmare again.
I've already asked you, but I don't remember the answer. What did you say to me about going beyond the nightmare?
Good heavens, you're losing your memory. I haven't the least idea what it might mean.
Oh, alright. That's too bad.
I didn't know if she said anything else. Okay. I gotta find the stairs. Oh, it's right here. It's the same thing as my Twitch. Except for the Y. It's just Stealth Rebellion. Okay then. Yeah. I'm pretty sure my friend got Mafia 3. I'm trying to remember the games I had off the top of my head.
Which four-letter word could open this?
But without the Y? Huh? Confused. Hold up, give me a sec. I'm gonna have to look this chest up because I think it's actually a guess game. The chest. Wait. The council. The chest in Lord Mortimer's. The four-letter. Is what is it? It's Zeus. Good to know. It's Zeus. How do I spell Zeus? I don't know if I'm spelling it right. Z-E, right? Okay, yeah. It just gives us amber fragments. Not really that big of a deal, honestly.
No, what have we got here? Oh, it looks like a model of a lock. It's as if Mortimer is fond of complicating things sometimes.
As well as the Y in your game attack?
Well,
Yeah.
I never have to try and unlock it. Let's take a closer look. Dark chocolate beans. Very bitter. They're greatly prized in high society.
Why were they whistling? Something's wrong with these foods.
Might come in handy.
Oh. I was supposed to cure the negative.
What's this painting?
We've seen that painting before.
The Nightmare painted by Fuseli in 1781.
The Nightmare.
Ah, this must be what my mother was talking about.
That's what it was talking about.
I just need to find out what she meant by go beyond. Hey, looks like it's mounted on rails on each side. It should lift up, I think. There must be a mechanism somewhere.
What's this? It's gonna be used for, what you call it? And a mechanism to use it. Well, it's probably that, but... It's 4-letter word. But the other one was...
Aha! I found it. Oh, what on earth is this? A ring lock now? Great.
I see what it is.
That's all I needed.
I already know what it is. But there's a bird in here somewhere. It's right here.
A mina bird.
Added you? Okay, I'll add you later.
Sarah de Riche? Waldo, you know Sarah? Well, Waldo, is your master good?
Is that all the bird says?
I don't really know what I was expecting.
But...
Tell me the door code.
Although, petit boy.
Here I am talking to a bird. Shame
But
on me.
There's a way to... What? Hold up. It says right here, the bird can be bribed to speak about Sarah using berries and or poisoned using chocolate. We already gave him red berries, so... Weird that the
What have I
chocolates are
done?
poisonous.
Looks like I've killed him. Oh, shit. I better not hang around.
I already know the password, it's fine. It's 1191. Oh, shit. 11. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1. Watch the rollers.
Looks like there's a marker on number 1 on the second roller.
Where the...
Open sesame.
Shouldn't have killed the bird. Feels bad. The bird kind of might have fucked up our mission. Just in case Lord Mortimer comes back and sees the dead bird, he's gonna know. Maybe he's not gonna know, but I just feel like it's kind of obvious a little bit. Okay. Hold up, let me text what's back.
Let's see what you've been hiding, Lord Mortimer.
Okay. That wasn't the only thing.
It shows the forces present in Africa. This is unexpected activity in this sector. It looks like there are also many unknowns, even for Mortimer.
What do you mean? I already read that.
Weakness of the Human Psyche by Guillaume Trimore. This shows the forces present in America.
Something just seems odd about this entire thing. Maybe if I could put my hand on it, I'd know. Wait, there's something on the planet.
A fine-looking map of the
Saw that.
Orient, indeed.
I meant to say on the Earth. I don't know what's the planet. I mean, it's the same thing.
It shows the forces present in Europe. It's clear that France is surrounded by her enemies. However, a large number has been underlined in bold.
26
million. I know what it is. It's an estimation of my country's population. All our neighbors have far fewer inhabitants.
What does that mean? You have the courage to face
This is my mother's writing. I've picked up her trail. What is she up to? Obviously, she wants to lure Mortimer somewhere, but where? The only clue she's left for Mortimer is this stone sword. It must be intentional.
Well, obviously it's intentional.
Like a decorative sword, like from a statue, for example. And judging by the state of it, I'm guessing it's been left outside for a long time. I have absolutely got to find out where it came from.
Well, maybe we shouldn't... Well... I don't know.
3 rusty old nails. They're about 20 centimeters long. Look, a pack of tarot cards. Has he been reading the cards? Mortimer? That would surprise me. It is a typical draw on a line that answers a specific question. To the left,
doesn't really do
temperance.
anything.
That announces a reward for one who patiently waits before taking
Like, I get
action.
it, you gotta find the statue that has a
Middle,
sword, but wouldn't
chariot,
we be able to tell if
symbolizes
someone
triumph
broke off a
and
sword
business
off of a statue?
To the right,
Without
Emperor
having the
evokes a
sword?
future
Like,
full
we
of
could keep
power
it
and
here,
stability.
and then Lord Mortimer, whatever his name, would go out and find it, right? Like, I don't...
Some goat skulls, chicken legs. Now we all know what that's for.
I don't know.
I'm a little surprised at Mortimer. Something strange about this table. The Little Surgeon's Perfect Collection. Preservation using formaldehyde. Just as disgusting as ever. Looks like obsidian or onyx. Must weigh a ton.
What's the point of it? This is the real question.
They're feathers. Pigeon, probably. A skeleton by the name of Gustav. If the plaque on the plinth is anything to go by.
Excuse me. The question is...
That must be for writing the homing pigeon messages.
Is there anything that could be in this place? It's not so obvious. That was a key, right? No. It
A
was.
chest with a motif representing the upcoming.
It was. Use the left key. Don't have the right key though, so...
A table of alchemical elements. So, Lord Mortimer also not seeing things, or is that an actual von Leeuwenhoek microscope? Incredible. Mortimer really is at the cutting edge of science. Even at the Order, it took us ages to get one of those.
So, we've discovered so many immunities. I don't... Wait, there's this too.
An iron mask. I wonder who it's for.
Okay, well, shit. We found so many immunities for him, but we can't find the right key. Just please. I mean, if you gave us the left key, right? There has to be a right key somewhere.
Preservation using formaldehyde. Just as disgusting as
Yeah,
ever.
Ark, no I don't.
It's locked.
Then how are we supposed to get out other than the original way we came in?
Oh shit. How am I gonna get out of here now?
I had a feeling. We're gonna have to end up waiting for them to come back. Oh shit. Well, if we need a way out still. Is it the same password as before? I'm confused. Okay, so wait, can we examine the things again since we read that one book? Or picked it up, I mean. Mm-hmm. We can't. Feels bad. I think it's the opposite. It's not. It's 61466. It's just weird. I thought there'd be something else we're missing. So, what is it? Hold up. 6466. 3, 4, 5. Do you know how weird and confusing that is? I messed up by 1. Okay, 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, a 6. Looks more like a 9. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, so 6. And then what's the second one? It was 4, right? I don't even remember. I'm forgetful. 6466. Wait, did we just really do that again? Oh my fuck. Bro. One, a 2, a 3, a 4. Okay. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, and a 6.
This looks like the same mechanism as the one on the other side.
Obviously, because it's the same one. Maybe. Maybe it's not. Weird that you have 2 passcodes for each side of the door. Also, which way would we have found that passcode at?
Well, better not dwell on it then.
Someone might see me. Didn't have to poison the bird. Could have met Peru under strange circumstances. I was told that there's not really a way, or somebody couldn't figure out the way to meet him. But why would we meet him? Peru sounded like a dickhead, but maybe there's a reason why he was a dickhead. Huh. Odd is all I gotta say. Very, very odd. Here we go. Think about it. Yeah, I guess. Validate. Which manuscripts? 150 accommodations. It gives us science, logistics, and all that too. Diversion? I don't know. Do that one, and then one more. Science is not that big of a deal. It's not really. Okay. What is this game called? The Council. You can buy it now for like $8
This
if you have
note
PS
is about
Plus.
a meeting with Lord Mortimer. There's no doubt about it.
Like $7.
Alright, I need to find out where the sword that came
Until
with it's
the
from
20.
in order to
Wait,
find Mother.
until the 20th. Yeah, till the 20th. That's what it was.
You're joking, I hope. Don't tell me you've done that.
Really? How do you expect me to guess?
Oh, for God's sake, just ask them. We must absolutely inform Sir Gregory. How long has he been trying to collect all the spears?
I must have brought him the first one 20-odd years ago.
Do you know if he has managed to get the original?
Well, in any case, he's got all the ones we had at the Vatican. He made me replace them with copies. But I don't understand your reaction.
Call that for your mom. I already made a choice.
I can see very well you do not understand.
My mom's not gonna be behind the shadow. That was left a long time ago.
And still, you don't
Or
understand.
else we would have already saw her up there.
Someone is listening.
What? Monsieur de Richet, why not join us rather than find yourself eavesdropping?
Well, I didn't want to interrupt you. I'm sorry.
Of course you didn't. So, my son, what can we do for you?
I didn't mean to spy on you, but you caught my attention. Your Eminence, I don't know what you said to Mr. von Voldena, but the poor fellow looks positively crestfallen.
Not at all.
Don't you believe it, Louis. I was just telling Monsieur about Lord Mortimer's burning passion for holy relics. You must have noticed he's a bit of a collector. Well, for years, he has been searching high and low to bring all the copies of the Holy Spear together. As I was coming here, I thought I'd bring him a few of them. That's all.
Be quiet, for God's sake. Please leave us, monsieur. His Eminence and I wish to finish our discussion alone.
Maybe we should have looked for her mom. Oh well. I just thought maybe they would say something about it, because that Mortimer, not Mortimer, that Loner or whatever his name is not the best. We know the sword was left outside because that's what he says in the beginning.
I am sorry, sir, but the conference room is under preparation and is consequently inaccessible to guests.
Could you perhaps help me?
What can I do for you, sir?
Where did this sword come from?
From the garden, sir. That sword belongs to one of the statues in the garden.
Thank you very much.
I like it just tells us that. He just gives us the information, you know, he just doesn't even, like, he doesn't react to why we have the sword. Like, he just
There's
kinda
the alchemical symbol of the earth on the lid.
kinda takes it, you know. Why did we have the right key? Why did he even get the right key at? Because there was a key that was a left key for a totally different one. For some reason there's a right key in that one. I don't know. Because I didn't get that key before, or at least I'm unaware. So, like, this is the garden, correct? So there's a statue that is missing a sword. That's all we've really gotten.
The sword probably came from this garden, but what could it have been used for? Ariadne. In Greek mythology, she helped Theseus get through the labyrinth.
Tell me this is a maze.
Looks like there's a crack in the region of the heart. Let's see. A crack as long as my finger.
Oh, Oh.
What's
That
going
was
to
easy.
happen if I've got it wrong?
So confused what we just did.
Here's the famous Ariana's thread, thanks to which, if I remember rightly, Theseus avoided getting lost in the labyrinth.
But then why does it just cut off here? Wait a sec. Is there a straight route right here? Then why was it not going straight that way? I don't understand. So wait. Does it take a turn right there? Yes, it does. Wait, what's that on the ground?
A pound.
Cool. Okay. So go this way then. Yep, I already see it. Wait. Does that guy have a sword? Is there a way around? Yeah.
Theseus.
He has a sword too.
Son of Aegeus.
How are we
He's the
supposed to
one
know
who
which
slayed
one
the
it
Minotaur.
goes in then? I mean, remember the
I seem
legend.
to recall he took the decision to confront the Minotaur. Killed the beast, but if it weren't for Ariadne's help, he would have been trapped in that labyrinth forever.
And?
In short, yet another hero who wasn't the sharpest knife in the drawer.
Okay, but doesn't...
Okay, I'm probably being a bit harsh. I
Then
mean,
who
we do
took the
owe him
sword to the
foundations
chest?
of Athens.
Is there a
In other words, the
Minotaur
Republic.
statue? Cause that would
Been
make
there
sense.
for under Caesar. What is Caesar's?
I wonder
way.
if Mother managed to solve this enigma.
Well, isn't your mother the one that planned the enigma? I also see that person on that left.
Pasiphae, daughter of Perseus and sister of Circe. She married Minos and became the queen of Crete.
We still don't see anything else.
She has no cracks. I seem to recall that her fate was not something you'd want. She was punished for the sins of her husband. She had to mate with the sacred bull of Poseidon. 9 months later, she gave birth to Asterion, better known as the Minotaur.
Oh.
It's crazy
Okay,
to see to
he
what
is a
extent women
statue.
have always been mistreated.
Good to know.
When they're not harpies, gorgons, and other witches, they become victims. Alright, let's continue.
Wrong, but
anyways.
that was on both sides actually. Men were called
Wonder what this
witches
Keoska's
too.
doing in the middle
Usually,
of the
yeah, it was
garden.
females.
Too cramped to be able to do much. Well, there must be something going on there.
Wait, wasn't the Minotaur supposed to be here?
What is that? It's like a sort of opening mechanism.
Don't do it. Someone's in the garden. He's gonna do it anyway.
Knowing Mortimer, I bet it's booby-trapped.
Maybe we
There's a
shouldn't do
little
it.
hole at the fingers. Pretty sure if I get it wrong, I'll get pricked. Damn you, Mortimer. Reminds me of traps I studied in Egyptian tombs.
Let's not do it. It also looks like something would go straight through his hand in the middle. Wait, no. I thought that was reading the bottom. Examine the slab.
It looks like this slab moves. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if there was a passageway underneath it.
Obviously.
It's up to the just to deliver judgment. Truth unlocks all possibilities.
Okay. Occult Earth. Oh shit, we got another key. And now we have to go around again. GG, fun. Wait. Never mind. Wasn't that the way we just came from?
Great, honey.
You're not him. Where is the Minotaur? The Minotaur. The Minotaur. Just pick these up to you.
Consume without excess.
I'm not seeing him. Weird. Shit. Did we originally go this way? I don't even remember. Oh, wait, there's the Minotaur. The Minotaur. The Minotaur.
Asterion. It is rare
Yeah,
to
he
see
has
a
two
like
swords, so he might as
In
well be a
general,
third, right?
He's represented with the head of a bull, with the features of the Minotaur. the famous son of Minos and Pasiphae.
I don't want to get my hand pricked, you know?
Asterion was the son of Pasiphae and Minos, or rather the result of a curse put on Minos. Minos was punished for betraying Poseidon. Of course, as strangely it often happens, it wasn't he who was punished, it was his wife. She had to mate with a bull, no less. From that union, Asterion was born, who everyone knows as the famous Minotaur.
Yes, we know.
Rejected by Minos, he was shut up in the labyrinth so he could never leave. And, as if that wasn't bad enough, he died by the hand of a hero desperate to restore his reputation. Technically, Asterion is the victim of the story because he's described as a child cast out from birth.
Yeah.
Born from an extramarital union because of
Technically.
the errors of his father, he was treated as an outcast all his life. And he died as innocently as he was born. A tragic story, as the Greeks knew how to do so well. Let's go.
Let's go grab that sword again. Let's grab that
That
too.
water will give me a little reprieve.
Don't remember how to get the sword low key. I don't remember who has it. Was it you? No. There's something on the bench. Oh, we're back at the entrance, so it's fine. Let's grab that key. Or that sword, not the key. I'll speak to that guy in a second. Let me get the sword out first.
Try something else.
Well, Monsieur de Richet, what brings you here?
Wait.
To tell the truth, I was wondering the same thing about you.
It's rare for guests to wander about in the garden. I wanted to be alone for 5 minutes.
You look worried.
Worried? No. Resolved would be a more exact term.
Resolved to do what?
What's the point in answering? You wouldn't believe me anyway. I'll be leaving now because whatever it is you're up to, I do not want to know.
You do
Be
want to
seeing
know?
ya.
You know.
Tell me, aren't you even curious?
Curiosity killed a cat, Monsieur de Richet. I admit, I may have judged you wrongly. Watching you seek out Mortimer's little secrets might even be amusing if I didn't already know the consequences. See you later.
What happened to you, monsieur?
It's time for me to assume the consequences of my choices. I've sold my soul to the devil. Now it's time to pay.
I already got a feeling what he's gonna do. Or not him, but, you know, what's gonna happen to him. Something that makes very, very, very much sense. Let's go the other way. I don't need to follow the exact way that they want me to. Oh wait, there's something at that table, yeah. What? Oh, I don't have enough? Oh, wrong way. Forgot that I had to go all the way around. And then the Minotaur's right there. You have to really go through this just to get to him. But it's not that difficult. Not that difficult at all.
Asterion.
Who's that again? Observe the
Statue
crack.
has a crack in it.
Pull the sword in there.
Right.
Hold up.
We'll soon see.
Could you imagine if it didn't fit? You know how fucked up that would be. It's the only thing that makes sense though. Wait.
Asterion.
I didn't hear anything go off, but I remember when I first put the sword in the first one.
Asterion.
No.
Son of Minos and Pasiphae.
Can't skip it.
Asterion, who had such a sad fate and who the legend portrays as the horrible Minotaur.
Okay, that's it.
Let's go.
The question is no one else here? And the only thing I'm really left to do is do this. Does our hand even fit that? Or should we just go for it? Dumbass, what were you doing? You didn't even do it right.
What's wrong? Either I'm imagining things or my hand was pricked.
Pasiphae,
daughter of Perseus and
We
sister
know
of
this.
Circe. She married Minos and became
But there's no
queen.
crack on this one, which is weird.
All right.
Anyway.
Well, let's continue anyways.
Okay, so... Why do some have cracks in it and some don't? This guy has no cracks. There's nowhere the sword can go.
The son of Daedalus and Nocrate. Impossible to mistake him with those wings. After flying too close to the sun, he became unstuck and he fell to his death. Pity.
That's it?
Hey, there's no crack here. Well, let's keep going.
I mean, that kind of can be seen by anyone that there's no crack on there. Just, you know, just want to point that out. So we looked at those statues, but like, did we even look at this one?
Minos.
This one did have
Son of Zeus and Europa.
What if
If
the
I
crack-
remember correctly, he was the king of Crete.
What if the sword goes into this guy?
Married to Pasiphae, he had many children, including the famous Ariadne, whom history remembers for her thread. Hey, there's a crack in that statue.
But remember the
In
myth.
mythology, King Minos was known as a wise and just king, despite the fact that he deceived Poseidon. As punishment, his country was devastated by the white bull of the sea god, and his wife became passionately in love with it. From their union, Asterion was born, sadly known to us as the Minotaur. The illegitimate child, the child of shame, who had a sorry fate. And to think that Minos ended up as a
Wait.
judge of the underworld. Decidedly, the high and mighty always manage to get away with it.
What if the sword goes to him? What if-
Asterion.
What if that's
Minos.
kind of just guessing, but like,
The crack is in the region of the heart.
Jesus, hold up. Um, but this doesn't help. I'm so confused. I guess it goes in Minos. Oh, we did do it right. But that's all it gave us. Let's go to the other side once. See what's over here. Because there was a character over there. Who is this?
Daedalus. He's the architect of the labyrinth. And if I'm not mistaken, he's also the father of Icarus.
That's it. There's a crack?
Hey, there's a crack
No.
in this statue too.
There is. What? Just not in the heart.
The crack is thin and about as long as a finger.
That's obvious, but I was talking about like how it's not at the heart. Unless it's like there's like up, like upwards. Can we go to the dogs? Okay, so I didn't really conclude much. I mean, like, the original problem was that we couldn't get the sword, we didn't know where it went. And then I found out that it goes to Minos. Because he would have been the father. Would have. But was her husband, and is why she died. And she was punished. Not died, but... I mean, she probably died afterwards, obviously, but she was punished. So... now that I put the sword on the right one, it should work. He doesn't know how to put his fingers in there anyway. Okay, it was the right one. Okay. It didn't make a sound though, so it, I didn't know. Because I expected him to make a sound. But he didn't.
Ah!
What?
Whoa. Again?
Why is he having a vision now? I don't understand. I don't understand why you give him vision now. No, for real, like, I don't actually know why you decide to give him a vision now. Just doesn't make much sense to me.
You can't be serious, Manuel. You know that's not going to happen.
You must leave me alone now. I have agreed to everything. Even to...
Agreed? I wasn't aware you had a choice.
What's going on here?
What now? What else must I do to win back my freedom?
Obey me. Now
Welcome back.
get out.
Say obey me. He's not the Lord, is he?
What was that? That's the third time in 3 days.
I mean, guess we have a choice. Or not.
Let's see if you're in there, Mother.
I saw the blood and I was like, or not. Or, before I saw the blood, I was like, or not. But then he just went in anyway. What?
Bandages? Someone's been patching themselves up. Looks like my mother took advantage of being in hiding to change her bandages, huh? This is silk. She must have used her own clothes.
Or...
There are patches where the blood isn't totally clotted. That's a good sign, right? She changed them recently, which proves she's still looking after herself and still believes in her chances. Well, I'd love to tell her to keep hanging in there.
Is that a good sign? I don't know. Something about it just doesn't... It's not her. I'm gonna move around. Ow. Oh, fuck.
Damn it, Mother. Now what's happened?
Weird. Trying to get to open the Snapchat. There we go.
Don't move!
Wait, I'm not armed.
Who are you?
Good God, Mother, what have you...
Tell me who you are.
Okay. Try to think which one would be for the better. Let's just do that. It's fine. Well, that was episode 2. I have all the other episodes downloaded. I'm just gonna do them by days, though. So, if you're all watching this on YouTube, hit that like, sub button. It means a lot. If you want to follow my Twitch, in the description of the video. I don't know. I want to stream some COD, but I don't know who's on. Kind of just depends, I guess. But I'll see who's on, and we'll play that. Hopefully, I don't know. But yeah. Give me a sec, stream. We'll be back up in a minute. No, I'm not done, Nick.